The reason I dropped out of high school was so I can help support my family.
I just really didn't feel the need to go to school because I wasn't learning anything.
When they told me I had to go to summer school, again, I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
I decided to basically put school on hold and find a job.
I found out that I was 3 months pregnant.
I got kicked out because I caught a charge in school.
Starting a new high school is, the whole pressure is overwhelming.
Just bothering me, walking me to class, saying little names here and there, it just really got annoying after a while. And every day when you go to lunch and you're eating and there's a crew watching you, it's not fun anymore to be in school.
Then I had some complications with a boyfriend, decided I wanted to be with him more than to actually go into school.
What's my point for being here? Why should I listen to this teacher? What does this lesson have to do with my life?
I got into a lot of fights in high school, and that led up to me getting kicked out of Oak my freshman year.
I had a lot of support. They actually wanted me to stay. We had tutors, they had counseling, they had meetings with my father to set up meetings to have me stay at the school.
I was the oldest of 7 at that time, so I had to help contribute for my family needs.
I always had fun hanging out on weekends, hanging out with friends. I always did very well in school.
Just put my head down and go to sleep. I just didn't want to be in school. I was that person that just did not want to go to school. Used to hate waking up in the morning to go to school and stuff like that.
And actually, it was more stressful because I felt like I was going nowhere in my life. I would see all my friends, the school buses going by, they were doing something constructive with their day. I was just sitting home all day, and it gets a little depressing.
I'd help my mom with whatever she had to do, but pretty much my life was nothing.
When I dropped out, it was obviously there was consequences, and I was kind of depressed and sad, and I kind of failed myself and failed my family.
I thought I was the coolest kid, but then a week into it, I was like, this is really boring. There's nothing to do. Everybody's at school. I can't call anybody. I can't go to nobody's house because everybody's at school and there's nothing for me to do. So I decided to try and go and get a job.
Like I said, I was just young and dumb. I looked at it like, I don't need a high school diploma. I got a good job. I can make good money.
I went to go get a job, but I realized that nobody was hiring me. I didn't know why, and then I realized it was because I didn't have a diploma, I didn't have a GED or nothing.
You will get these little seasonal jobs, and after 3 months, after 4 months, you're gone. You could be one of the best workers, but employment right now is very difficult, especially if you don't have a high school diploma or a GED.
Minimum wage jobs, you could be making $10 an hour, and places might give you $7.50 because you don't have a high school education or you don't have your GED.
I wanted my own car, I wanted my own house, I wanted these things, but I realized that the jobs that were ahead of me weren't gonna pay me the money for true independence.
Studio time is expensive, so after I'm done paying rent, after I'm done paying food, after I'm done paying my cell phone bill, how much money do I actually have left to record for studio time?
McDonald's isn't gonna support 2 kids, not even 1.
Without your high school diploma, you're gonna earn less than $1 million over your lifetime. But if you graduate from high school, you will earn $500,000 more. If you went on to a 2-year college, you can earn $1 million more. If you continue on and go into a 4-year college, you can earn close to $2 million more. That's $3 million over your lifetime, just with your education.
The school was ready to eject me, so she wanted me to come down, I guess, to sign papers, and that's when I decided, I didn't want to be kicked out of school.
I found help from a couple people. The first step was my counselor. I explained to him that I wanted to finish my education and that, I needed good money, I needed a good income. And we came to understanding that I would have to get my GED to get a better income and not make, a BS minimum wage.
You might not fit in that box of going back to school. So there's alternative programs where you can get your diploma.
I was definitely hesitant because I saw it as the GED isn't worth it. I want my diploma.
My girlfriend brought me here, told me about the place. I talked to the counselors, and I seen that everybody was very cool in this building. So, why not? What else is going to happen?
I went to the GED school. Getting back in school again, it helped me because I met other people who were like me. I had a couple friends who had kids themselves and who faced the same problems as me.
If you need a tutoring or counseling, they're here for you. They're not just here as case manager or the director of the program, but as a friend also that you can talk to. So that was great in a way because I had somebody to talk to if I felt down or depressed about anything because I didn't really have it at home.
It's here, it's more of it's kind of like a family environment because everybody helps each other. You know, if someone's having trouble, someone who knows how to do it will come and help you.
I was with kids that are just like me, that don't like school, that quit, that want to do better for themselves.
I like the fact that you get to work at your own pace. You're not forced to learn something. You work on something until you absolutely understand it, and then you move on.
And I do want to learn this stuff because all this stuff is going to apply to stuff that I might want to be working later on in the future, like construction or graphic designing, or even when you make beats, you got to use numbers.
If you have a talent and a skill, you know, and a discipline that, you know, you actually be in demand. I just wanted to be in demand. I wanted to feel important about what I'm doing, and I wanted people to look at me as I was important. So I said, I'm going to go back to school. Because everyone who I seen who had that, they all had a degree.
I did a lot of stuff to get my diploma, and at any time I could have stopped. Like during the summer program, if I would have missed more than 3 days, I would have gotten kicked out. If I was late more than 3 days, I could have gotten kicked out, but I made sure I was there early. I made sure I passed all of my tests. I made sure I did my work.
So in school, it was so hard for me. When I found this program, it was just like heaven. I just didn't know. I just wanted to scream when I got my diploma, you know.
I don't want to be doing something that I'm not interested in. I don't want to go to work knowing that I'm not comfortable working there. I want to go to work knowing that, you know, I'm going to help people out today and I'm going to go home happy.
Students deal with, did I mess up too bad? Is it too late for me? I think once they understand that, listen, there is a pathway, there is still a chance, you still do have a chance. Listen, I did it. Honestly, I was there and you can get out of it. And I think for lots of times that's like their wake-up moment, like just to kind of hear it from someone else.
I did feel like when I had my daughter that was all gone, and they showed me you can still do it. It's harder, don't get me wrong, but it's still possible.
You can still go back to your regular high school and get your diploma. It's just a matter of time and how you go about it.
School isn't for everybody, but you do have to do something. Like, don't let your friends be more important than your education, because in the long run, your friends aren't the one that's going to support you. They're not going to give you money for the rest of your life, and they're not going to get you a job. You need to do it yourself.
Just don't give up on yourself. After you're done doing what you need to, go back to school, get a GED, get a diploma if you can. Just do it. It makes your life so much better, and it's going to be worth it.
It just have helped me in paying my bills and be a little bit more independent with my own money, you know, and not have anybody telling me, oh, you need to give me money because you're living in my house. I'm living in my own house, you know.
When I learned that my freedom is actually connected to my education, because if I can support myself, I can go and do and have whatever I want. And when I realized that, I went back to school, and I used school as a tool to get me back on track.
To tell you the truth, I don't regret anything I've done in the past. It happens, it happens. But see, it's up to me to turn around and fix it. So that's what I'm doing right now.
If you live in Boston and you'd like to have a conversation about your educational options, you can call 617-488-1388. That's 617-488-1388. It's never too late to get back on track with your education. We'll be here for you. Give us a call. What are your goals and dreams? What do you want in your life?
If I do journalism, I would like to go to Northwestern in Chicago. Or if I end up doing African American studies, my first choice is ASU.
Probably maybe owning my own restaurant.
I want to go to Morehouse, Atlanta.
Take the civil service test, go into the academy and become a police officer, and then from there on, become a detective.
Better jobs, better job opportunities, more money, you know, more school, college, you know, a university, a degree somewhere.
I'm going to go to a school to get veterinary training so I can be a vet.
And Wesleyan was like, if you do a post-grad year, we'll accept you. So I ended up doing a post-grad and ended up going on to Wesleyan College, Wesleyan University.
My goals now is just to finish this GED, start a vocational program somewhere.
Go to UMass Amherst College for 5 years to get my master's in teaching. I want to be an elementary school teacher.
Oh, it's great. It is great. I got a big house too.